Hello, my name's Brooke, and today I'll be teaching you how to make a meal that follows Canada's Food Guide and the Healthy Eating Book. There are 4 rules to follow in this book. Eat real food, reduce or limit sugar, drink water, and eat more vegetables. The meal I'll be making today is called chicken teriyaki salad, so let's get into it. For this recipe, we will be starting with lettuce, cucumber, carrots, pepper, and tomato. The first step is to prepare your vegetables. Wash and chop your romaine lettuce. You will need about 2 to 3 cups of lettuce, but you can change that depending on how many people you plan to feed. Around 2 cups was perfect for my mom and I. Next, you need to slice your carrots, but you can cut them in many different ways, like the dice, flower, chunk, strip, or julienne. Today, I decided to julienne them. This means cutting very thin, evenly sliced vegetables or fruit into planks, then strips. Now, you need to slice the bell pepper. I started off by cutting out the stem and the white parts of the pepper. I then decided to do large dice, but you can also julienne your pepper as well as the carrots. Finally, it's the tomato's turn. You can cut the tomato in any way you prefer, but I decided to remove the seeds as I cut and created small diced cubes. Then to the cucumber. I cut off in slices about half of the cucumber, then cut them in even quarters. I also added to this dish water chestnuts. I started by opening the can, then pouring them out and washing them off. Then, just like the cucumber, I cut them in even quarters. Now to step 2, cook the chicken. Start off this step by cutting the onion. I started by cutting off the root and stem of the onion. As you'll notice soon, a damp cloth appears in frame. I used this to suck all of the fumes from the onion into the cloth and away from my eyes. This helps with keeping you from crying while cutting an onion. I then put half of my onion into a bag and into the fridge, where I can use it for another recipe. Finally, I chopped the onion into small, evenly cut pieces. Now you need to cut the chicken to prepare it for the pan. Be very careful when handling raw meat, and try your best to avoid cross-contamination by washing your hands regularly and only using certain tools when handling meat. I cut the chicken breast in half diagonally, then chopped it into large chunks. In the pan, I started with olive oil, and a little more olive oil, then added the onions and sautéed them until they were translucent. I then added the small pieces of chicken to the pan and cooked it until fully crispy. I also seasoned the chicken with Montreal steak seasoning to taste. Then to step 3, prepare the sauce. To do this, you need olive oil, balsamic vinegar, teriyaki sauce, and sesame oil. Along with that, you need a small bowl and pepper. Pour in a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar, a 1/4 cup of teriyaki sauce, a teaspoon of sesame oil, 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and pepper to taste. Make sure to mix well. Finally, step 4, mix it all together. After tossing your salad, drizzle the sauce on top. You can then add in your chicken and onions. Lastly, for a crunchy texture, you can add croutons to taste, and enjoy. Back to the 4 major ideas from the Healthy Eating Book. Real food, as in food that rather came from the ground, grew on a tree, ran on land, or swam in the sea, is in this dish. It's full of good meats and vegetables with no overly processed foods. There is also very limited sugar. This recipe did not call for any types of sugar, like molasses, honey, corn sweeteners, or even white and brown sugar. As well as that, there is very limited natural sugar, as there wasn't any fruit in this dish either. My drink of choice for this meal was water, the best drink you can choose. And our very last rule, eat more vegetables. Veggies can lower blood pressure, risk of eye and digestive problems, prevent some cancers, and reduce risk of stroke. This dinner is mainly made up of vegetables, so try it yourself, because it was easy to make and not only delicious, but extremely healthy for you. Thanks for watching.